All right, let's dive straight into this because what we just witnessed with Luka Doncic was nothing short of incredible. The way he dominated Eurobasket was a reminder to everyone why he is already one of the most gifted players on the planet. He looks sharper, more focused, and honestly, more motivated than ever before. You could see it in the way he attacked every possession, the way he carried himself on the floor, and the way he was absolutely fearless against whoever was standing in front of him. He was putting up absurd numbers, hitting shots from everywhere, defending with more commitment, and just showing that killer instinct that makes fans believe he is about to take over the league in a big way. Unfortunately for him, his run came to an end a little sooner than many would have hoped, but if you're looking at this from the perspective of Lakers fans, there's definitely a silver lining. The biggest win here is that Luka got through the tournament healthy. No injuries, no setbacks, no lingering issues heading into the NBA season. That's huge because the grind of international competition can take a toll on stars. And the last thing anyone wanted was to see Luka come into training camp banged up. Instead, he comes in with his confidence through the roof, his rhythm in a good place, and plenty of time to rest, recharge, and lock in mentally for what's about to be the most important season of his career so far. He'll still be working out, staying in shape, putting in the reps, but not playing back-to-back intense elimination games means his body gets a chance to reset. And that's exactly what he needs right now, because this Lakers training camp is not just another training camp. This is the moment where Luka officially starts building his identity with this team. What makes this camp so crucial is the timing. You've got a new coach in J.J. Redick. You've got LeBron James in the twilight of his career, still hungry for another championship. And you've got Luka stepping in as the clear centerpiece of the future. This is where the system gets installed, the roles get carved out, and the foundation is laid for what could be a dominant era. And if you're paying attention, the pieces are there. Luka's conditioning looked better in Eurobasket than it has in years. He wasn't getting winded nearly as easily. He was moving quicker laterally, and he showed flashes of defensive focus that people always criticize him for lacking in the NBA. If even half of that defensive commitment carries over into the league, it completely changes the way opponents have to approach the Lakers. But here's the key thing to understand. What Luka showed at Eurobasket wasn't some random outlier performance. This wasn't one of those situations where a star goes nuclear in international play, and you think, well, that's nice, but it won't translate. No, everything he did in that tournament, we've already seen him do in the NBA. He was just doing it with that extra fire. That's why this season feels different. Luka has always been a stat sheet monster, always been a player capable of putting up 50 points or dishing out a dozen assists on any given night. But now he's got that chip on his shoulder. He's got something to prove, not just to the league, but to Dallas, to the people who doubted him, and maybe even to himself. This is the revenge tour. This is Luka saying, I'm going to remind everyone exactly who I am, and I'm going to do it on the biggest stage. And that's scary for the rest of the league, because we've already seen Luka drag a Mavericks team with limited talent all the way to the Western Conference Finals. And that roster wasn't even close to the level of what the Lakers have around him now. Back then, his second option was Jalen Brunson, who at the time wasn't anywhere near the player he is now in New York. Compare that to the current Lakers supporting cast with LeBron James, DeAndre Ayton, Rui Hachimura, Austin Reeves, and several two-way contributors. That's a massive upgrade in terms of both talent and versatility. Add to that the fact that Rob Pelinka and the front office are actively looking to add more defensive wings and depth, and you can see the vision clearly. They're building a championship roster around Luka and LeBron. The opportunity in front of the Lakers is rare. You might never again get this exact version of Luka Doncic. Not because he won't continue to put up monster numbers. He absolutely will. But because this season is fueled by a different kind of motivation. The kind you can't replicate once the revenge factor fades. The further you get from the Dallas trade, the more that specific fire dims. This year, though Luka is burning to show Dallas they made a mistake to silence the doubters and to prove that pairing him with LeBron is not just a good idea, but a championship-winning formula. The kind of hunger doesn't last forever, which is why the Lakers need to seize this moment and go all in. Of course, no one is saying the Lakers should throw away their future recklessly or make desperate trades just for the sake of it. Patience and smart decision-making are still critical. But there's also a danger in getting complacent. If the Lakers start the season strong, if Luka is playing at an MVP level and the team looks like one of the best in the league, the front office can't just sit back and say, let's not mess with it. They need to look at that moment and say, this is our shot. Let's maximize it. Because you don't always get multiple windows to win championships. Sometimes the window is right in front of you, and you have to be bold enough to push your chips into the middle of the table. What makes this all so fascinating is that LeBron James knows this better than anyone. He knows how fleeting championship opportunities can be. He's lived through the highs of winning it all and the lows of watching a golden opportunity slip away. Pairing him with Luka, who might be about to unleash the best season of his career, is like catching lightning in a bottle. And if the Lakers manage to turn that into a championship run, everything changes. Luka will taste what it feels like to lift that trophy, to hear the confetti fall, to stand on the stage as a champion. That feeling is addictive. Every superstar who's ever won will tell you, once you get one, you immediately crave another. That could be the spark that drives Luka to dominate the next decade, not just as a great player, but as the face of the league and a multiple-time champion. That's why this season is so much more than just another year. It's not just about regular season records or playoff seeding. It's about momentum, about energy, about harnessing Luka's motivation and turning it into something historic. The Western Conference is deep, no doubt, but there's no unbeatable juggernaut standing in the way. This isn't the era of the Warriors with Kevin Durant. Every contender has flaws. Oklahoma City is young and still learning how to win at the highest level. Denver is tough but not invincible. Phoenix has star power but serious depth concerns. And if Luka is playing at an MVP level with LeBron as the best second option in the league, the Lakers can beat anyone. The beauty of what we are about to witness with Luka Doncic in a Lakers uniform is that it goes far beyond stats on a page. Numbers will always tell part of the story, but this season is about tone, about presence, about Luka shaping the entire energy of the franchise. You could feel it in Eurobasket, where every possession seemed to bend toward him, where his teammates fed off the fire he brought, where opponents looked completely rattled just by the weight of his confidence. That type of energy, brought into an NBA season with LeBron James by his side, is a dangerous combination. Because LeBron has always thrived when playing with another star who refuses to back down. And Luka has that same relentless drive that LeBron carried early in his career. The difference now is that LeBron is more than comfortable stepping into that secondary role, which means Luka gets the full freedom to be the engine without having to shoulder every ounce of the burden. And that is where this season takes on a different complexion. Luka will still be the primary playmaker, still the one controlling tempo, but the Lakers have never had this type of balance since the bubble championship. LeBron is still one of the smartest and most versatile players in the world. And when you combine that with Luka's playmaking genius, you suddenly have two of the best basketball minds orchestrating every possession. Defenses will not be able to load up the way they did when Luka was in Dallas. He will have shooters in the corners, bigs who can roll hard to the basket, wings who can cut and defend at a high level, and a veteran presence in LeBron who can take over stretches when needed. Luka does not have to force the issue on every play anymore, which means his efficiency can climb even higher. What excites me the most, though, is Luka's mentality right now. This is not just another season for him. This is the first full chapter of a new book. His conditioning is better, his defense is sharper, and his overall mindset looks different. He is treating every possession as if it is personal, as if every game is a chance to prove Dallas wrong and the Lakers right. That is the kind of edge that can carry a team through the long grind of an 82-game season. Because there will be nights when the legs are heavy, when the shots are not falling, when the schedule is brutal. That is when motivation matters most. And Luka has the kind of motivation this year that you cannot fake, you cannot teach, and you cannot replicate in any other circumstance. It is raw, it is real, and it is aimed at sending a message to the league. If you look around the Western Conference, the opportunity is wide open. Denver is still a serious force with Nikola Jokic, But Luka has already shown he can go toe-to-toe with the very best. Oklahoma City has a bright future, but their core is still learning what playoff battles really feel like. Phoenix is betting on big names, but they lack depth and continuity. Golden State has championship pedigree, but age is catching up with them. The Lakers with Luka at the helm are not just another contender. They might be the team that no one truly wants to see in a 7-game series. Because Luka has already proven that he can raise his level when the lights are brightest. Combine that with LeBron's experience and the supporting cast continuing to grow, and the Lakers suddenly have a formula that feels sustainable, not just for this season but beyond. Still, it all comes back to this year. The urgency cannot be overstated. LeBron's window as a top-tier player is closing, even if he continues to defy time. The Lakers have to capitalize while he is still capable of giving elite production. Pair that with Luka's revenge tour mindset, and you have something like lightning in a bottle. That is why the front office has to be aggressive. That does not mean reckless, but does mean bold. They cannot allow themselves to be lulled into thinking that good is enough. Because with this roster, with this version of Luka, good is not good enough. This is a chance to be great. This is a chance to win a championship and redefine the future of the franchise. And here is what is truly special about this moment. If the Lakers do manage to capture that title, everything shifts. Luka becomes addicted to winning. He has already tasted deep playoff runs. He knows what it feels like to play under the brightest lights. But he has not yet felt the ultimate reward, the confetti falling, the trophy in his hands. Once he does, that hunger never goes away. History shows it with every great player. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron himself. Once you win that first one, every season becomes about chasing the next. That is what fuels dynasties. That is what creates legends. For Luka, winning with the Lakers alongside LeBron would ignite that fire for the rest of his career. Of course, nothing is guaranteed. Health will always be a factor. Chemistry will need to develop. Opponents will be coming with everything they have. But when you zoom out, this feels like the perfect storm. Luka is entering his physical prime, sharper and fitter than ever. LeBron is still playing at a level that defies his age. The roster has depth, versatility, and a front office willing to make moves to improve. And the Western Conference, while competitive, does not have that unbeatable monster team that makes everyone else feel hopeless. That combination sets the stage for something unforgettable. The Eurobasket run was the preview, the spark that reminded everyone what Luka Doncic is capable of. Now comes the main event, a full season of Luka in purple and gold, with revenge on his mind and greatness in his sights. For the Lakers, for LeBron, and for Luka himself, this is the year that can change everything. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on. The NBA world is buzzing with whispers that could reshape the landscape of the league. Kevin Durant, the prolific scorer and perennial all-star, has reportedly agreed to a move to the Los Angeles Lakers. Though nothing has been officially confirmed, sources close to the situation suggest that Durant has given the green light to join the purple and gold, sparking feverish speculation about what this could mean for the Lakers' championship aspirations. Durant, known for his silky jump shot and ability to take over games at will, has long been linked to blockbuster trades and free agency headlines. His potential arrival in Los Angeles would pair him with LeBron James, another living legend of the game, creating a duo that instantly becomes one of the most formidable in the NBA. Imagine the on-court chemistry. Durant slicing through defenses while LeBron orchestrates from the wing, both players capable of changing a game in a single possession. Fans and analysts alike are already debating whether this pairing could be enough to dethrone reigning powerhouses and restore the Lakers dynasty. The Lakers, a franchise no stranger to superstar acquisitions, seem poised to make a statement. Their roster moves over the past few seasons indicate a clear intention: win now. Adding Durant to the mix not only strengthens their offense, but also sends a message to the rest of the league that Los Angeles remains a destination for elite talent. Sources hint that discussions have been intense but productive, with Durant expressing enthusiasm for the Lakers' vision and the chance to chase another title in a city he's long admired. Of course, questions remain. How will the Lakers manage salary cap constraints? What trades or adjustments might be necessary to fully integrate Durant? And most importantly, can this new iteration of the Lakers translate individual brilliance into team success? The rumor mill is already running wild, with fans imagining a season where nearly every game becomes must-watch television. While nothing is set in stone, one thing is clear. If Kevin Durant does join Los Angeles, the NBA landscape will never look the same again. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.